I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Negative results are just what I want. They're just as valuable to me as positive results. I can never find the thing that does the job best until I find the ones that don't. Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time. The first requisite for success is the ability to apply your physical and mental energies to one problem incessantly without growing weary. The three great essentials to achieve anything worthwhile are: first, hard work; second, stick-to-itiveness; third, common sense. Genius is 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration. I never did anything worth doing by accident, nor did any of my inventions come by accident. They came by work. There is no substitute for hard work. Everything comes to him who hustles while he waits. We should remember that good fortune often happens when opportunity meets with preparation. Opportunity is often missed because it comes dressed in overalls and looks like work. There is no expedient to which a man will not go to avoid the real labor of thinking. The most necessary task of civilization is to teach people how to think. 5% of the people think, 10% of the people think they think, and the other 85% would rather die than think. The mind of a child is naturally active. It develops through exercise. The trouble with our way of educating is that it does not give elasticity to the mind. It does not encourage original thought or reasoning, and it lays more stress on memory than observation. To invent, you need a good imagination and a pile of junk. Never go to sleep without a request to your subconscious. There's a way to do it better. Find it. When you have exhausted all possibilities, remember this: you haven't. I am not discouraged because every wrong attempt discarded is another step forward. If we all did the things we are really capable of doing, we would literally astound ourselves. Time is really the only capital that any human being has, and the only thing he can't afford to lose. Being busy does not always mean real work. Seeming to do is not doing. A good intention, with a bad approach, often leads to a poor result. To do much clear thinking, a person must arrange for regular periods of solitude when they can concentrate and indulge the imagination without distraction. I have been working on the same lines for many years. I have tried to go as far as possible toward the bottom of each subject I have studied. I have not reached my conclusions through study of traditions. I have reached them through the study of hard fact. Science proves its theories or it rejects them. Proof, proof. That is what I always have been after. That is what my mind requires before it can accept a theory as fact. All Bibles are man-made. I have never seen the slightest scientific proof of the religious theories of heaven and hell, of future life for individuals, or of a personal God. What we need is search for fundamentals, not reiteration of traditions born in days when men knew even less than we do now. When the churches learn to take this rational view of things, moral teaching is the thing we need most in this world. The criticisms which have been hurled at me have not worried me. A man cannot control his beliefs. If he is honest in his frank expression of them, that is all that can in justice be required of him. I try to say exactly what I honestly believe to be the truth, and more than that no man can do. Nonviolence leads to the highest ethics, which is the goal of all evolution. I am proud of the fact that I never invented weapons to kill. Nature is truly wonderful. Only man is truly foul. The doctor of the future will give no medication, but will interest his patients in the care of the human frame, diet, and in the cause and prevention of disease. I never did a day's work in my life. It was all fun. I find out what the world needs. Then I go ahead and try to invent it. There are no rules here. We're trying to accomplish something. We are like tenant farmers chopping down the fence around our house for fuel when we should be using nature's inexhaustible sources of energy: sun, wind, and tide. I'd put my money on the sun and solar energy. What a source of power! Restlessness is discontent, and discontent is the first necessity of progress. Show me a thoroughly satisfied man, and I will show you a failure. Your worth consists in what you are and not what you have. Thomas Edison was one of history's most prolific inventors and a driving force behind the technological transformation of the modern world. Holding over 1,000 patents, he developed practical systems for electric light and power, refined the phonograph, and advanced motion pictures. Innovations that reshaped industry, communication, and daily life. Beyond his inventions, Edison pioneered the Industrial Research Laboratory, turning experimentation into a disciplined, team-based process. His philosophy centered on relentless effort, empirical proof, and practical results. He treated failure as data, valued hard work over inspiration, and believed progress depended on disciplined thinking and moral responsibility. His legacy is not merely technological. It is a mindset of persistence, experimentation, and applied intelligence that continues to define innovation today.